Morning everyone. Here is our next topic, representations of rational functions. So recall that a rational function is a function of the form p of x over q of x, where both of them are polynomial functions and q of x is not 0. So let's start with this particular example. Average speed or velocity can be computed by this formula. Okay, s is equal to d over t. Consider a 100-meter track used for foot races. The speed of a runner can be computed by taking the time it will take him to run the track and applying it to the formula 100 over t, since the distance is fixed. Okay, so from this equation, so 100 over t. So we will use this one to answer these next examples. Example 1. Represent the speed of a runner as a function of the time it takes to run 100 meters in the track. Say for example, if x is our variable for the time, okay, so this will just become, the speed will be, we'll just add s of x 100 over x. Okay, so this is now our function because our x is our time from here. Next is construct a table of values. So we have x and s of x. Our x here, say for example, we have 10, 20, 30. Mali. 10, 12, 14, 16, 20. So by substitution, using this, substitute your x. 100 divided by x, we have 10. 100 divided by 12, we have 8.33. 100 divided by 14, you have 7.14. 100 divided by 16, 6.25. Ano pa 18? So 100 divided by 18, we have 5.56. Then 100 divided by 20 is 5. If you notice, the value of your s of x is, or the values are decreasing. So we can expect sa graph, paubos po siya kay decreasing man. Okay, so using this table, we can now have our graph. So plot the graph on the xy plane. So we label this as our A, B, C, D, E, and F. So sa graph, if x is 10, remember this is our y s of x. So we have A. If x is 12, our y is 8.33. If x is 14, our y is 7.14, and so on. Diba? As we've observed, the values of x, our s of x, are decreasing. So that is why sa graph decreasing. Now, the question is, follow ba siyang smooth curve or straight line? Of course, by looking at this, okay, it doesn't follow a straight line, but it follow a smooth curve. So this is the graph. So this is a particular example of a graph of the speed. S of x equals 100 over x. Smooth curve. Okay, next. So we will do the same for this next example. So represent the rational function given by f of x equals x minus 1 over x plus 1 using a table of values and plot a graph of the function by connecting the points. So again, let's do 2 and 3, examples 2 and 3. Since we have an equation for rational function this one, so we will use that one. So first, we need the table of values, which is this. So you can make your own x values. So from here, kami niya even numbers. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, negative 2, and so forth. Now take note that this expression is undefined if your denominator is 0, meaning x plus 1 is 0. So solving for x, negative 1. So your denominator is undefined, so no value for your f of x if your x is negative 1. Okay? So we will see later on pag i-graph na ha. So, substituting your values, your x to your f of x, we have this table. And this will be your A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. So we have this, plot your points. So study, these are the plotting of these are the points on the graph. So we have this, and then connect. Okay, and then connect. The question now is, can we connect E and F? What do you think? No. Why? Because of this. Okay, at x equals negative 1, which is here, you have no value for your f of x. Okay, undefined man. You have no value for your f of x. Okay, so we cannot connect E and F. So that is why this is a partial graph. So it looks like this. So hindi siya smooth because hindi man siya connected, no? Ang E and F. They're not, the two graphs are not connected, so it is not a smooth curve. Not a smooth curve. Okay, another example, we have this. X squared minus 3x minus 10 all over x. So again, make your own values, table of values, provide your own x values, and then substitute that x to get your f of x. Now take note again, this expression is undefined when? If your denominator is 0. Okay, so we will use this later sa pag-graph. Okay, so na-check na ninyo. If you substitute negative 5, you will arrive at negative 6. If negative 4, negative 4.5, and so on. Okay, so plotting this one, we have this set of points. Okay, let's connect. Okay, so sa negative side, kani connect. Sa positive side, gikan sa 2, negative, gikan sa 1, negative 12. Okay, kani. Okay, so this one. Now, the question is, can we connect this point and this point by a line or curve? No, because at x equals 0, here, you have no value for your f of x. Error na siya if sa calculator. So again, the same with example 4. This is not a smooth curve. No, kaya mo siya na piecewise na napikas. Mura siya napikas, okay? Napikas ko siya. Okay, let's go now to an example. So let's revisit the Barangay Kulyat. So in an inter-barangay basketball league, the team from Barangay Kulyat has won 12 out of 25 games, if you can still remember. And their winning percentage is 48%. We have seen that they need to win 8 games. No, na-solve na to ni. Consecutively to raise their percentage to at least 60%. Now the question is, what will be their winning percentage if they win A, 10 games in a row, B, 15, 20, 30, 500, or 100 games in a row. Can they reach 100%? That's the question. Okay, take note, we have this as our rational function. Diba? We need to add the number of additional games, now which is x, in order for them to increase their winning percentage. So additional winning games. Now, sa letter A, let's start. We have these values 10, 20, 30, 50. So use that as your values of x. And then substitute. So we have this. Okay, so we have, meaning this is 63%, 68%, 71%, 76%, 83%, and 90%. So using a table, so from our previous topic, that if they have 8 consecutive wins, so at least 60%. Then copy sa table, you have here and here 90%. Then if you substitute 200 and 300, so we'll have 94% and 96%. So the answers for your A and B will be this. Okay, until 90%. Now the question, can they reach 100%? Can they? Okay, no. The fact that they already lost 13 games, diba? 12 over 25, they already lost 13 games. So they cannot have a 100% winning percentage, because 100% meaning they do not lose at least one game. No? Okay, 100% man. Okay? So, example 7, I think this is the last. So 10 goats were set loose in an island, and their population growth can be approximated by this. Okay, now take note, this is a symbol for the floor function. Okay, so denotes the greatest integer function, or we call that one as the floor function, meaning we always round down. Say for example 6.9, we always round down to 6. 7.8, 7, 6.1, 6, always round down. Okay, that is the floor function, no floor man, so round down. So the question now is, how many goats will there be after 5 years? So obviously we will just substitute our t, where t is our year. No, after 5 years, so substitute kag t. So we have 32.726. Since this is a floor function, so it will be 32. So there will be 32 goats after 5 years. Okay, kaya mama niya itong model to predict the number of goats in the future. Now, for letter B, what is the maximum goat population on that island? So let's use a table. So have the years. So you have this. So you can continue 1,000, 2,000, 1 million, and so on. So observe that if t is increased, the function does not exceed to 59. Okay, so you can extend and see if mo exceed ba siya 59. But according to the observation, it does not exceed to 59. So therefore, the model suggests that the island can support only up to 59 goats. Okay? So since we're using this model for now, so the maximum number of goat population is 59. Okay, so thank you for watching and do your activity.